Alrighty, so I would like to review today's price action. Um, all right, so if you probably known, which you might not know, but anyways, since the weekend, our draw has been here and then here. This is equal lows from last week's Monday's low, and then this is the daily fair value gap that's actually in premium of this daily price run, and there happens to be a new week opening gap that runs through here as well. So we had target 1, target 2 for the weekly draw, and if we want to reverse from here we can, but the initial bias was always been this. Now if you'll notice, this is a 4-hour BPR. Beautiful, getting beautifully used right here. SMT at the highs, taps up into it, runs back down. Let me take you to the chart to show you. Where are we? So taps it, runs down, market structure shift, market structure shift. Then we open up on Sunday, create an hourly BPR. Gets used, Monday gets tap dipped into, and then we don't really do much on Monday. Then Tuesday, I mean, Asia open on Tuesday. We run back up into it, create SMT right here, and then pull down from it. Tuesday, and then Tuesday equities opens, boom, just dumps into our draw. Why is this not on there? There it is. Dumps, boom, target 1, target 2, and that's set to go. Now, let me talk to you about what happened. I took a trade on Monday aiming for that. I took myself out around break even because price was just not showing itself very kindly. Where are we? That's Friday. Here we are up in this area. Okay. So what ended up happening was we pulled up into the hourly BPR. Equities opens, runs up into it. And then as soon as we break into the first presented, I go short, stop above the propulsion block right here. One more swing up. My stops are good. My stop loss is saved, and then we roll over. Okay, that's good. We're below first presented. The run now, okay, we got imbalances here. So we come up, run down. Oops. Now this was previous day's low, this line. We literally tick away from it inside of the macro, and then we rip up. Now, I entered in here and I got out here because the amount of time that we're spending, this rip right here should not happen if in fact we are going to go lower. That's how I'm viewing it. We come down, we start to chop around, displace up, not displace, but move up, come in, and I'm just like, this is taking way too long. The chances now are very 50-50 whether we run for here or for here. And my stop is right here. And I was like, I have no idea. I'm taking myself a break even, let this market do what it wants to do. Okay, luckily enough, as soon as I get out, then it rips to where my stop loss would have been. So I saved myself there. Then it dumps to below previous day's low equal lows, and then just consolidates. Now, very disgusting day. Now, coming into these weeks, we're starting the third week of August. Now, from my past 2 summers of experience, the last 2 weeks in August are just completely like garbage, completely garbage. So, right off the bat, that's in the back of my mind. I see Monday's price action like this. Granted, there is no news on Monday. There's also no news on Tuesday, which is today. There's also Wednesday is freaking 2 o'clock red folder news, which is the FOMC minutes. So that's literally nothing as well. And then what happens Thursday is Friday? We have red news, but we also have Powell speaking on Friday. On Thursday, we have some sort of PMI or whatever, but we have day number 1 of the Jackson Hole Symposium, and then Friday's day number 2 of the Jackson Hole Symposium with Powell speaking. So we know that like that stuff's gonna be like, who the hell knows? It's gonna be a dog shit. It's gonna be wild. Could be just gross. So after seeing Monday's price action and then basing it off of like the last 2 weeks in August and everything, I was basically saying, you know what? I think I should tread very lightly the rest of this month, and and that might have bit me in the ass because watch this. Come on, where are we? Because basically last night. Oh, I'm sorry for the delay in speaking. I'm just trying to get to it. So that mindset obviously bit me in the ass because I didn't engage in any of this because of what I just said. But if you were to just stay, the one thing I did do, which is funny enough, is okay, I'm watching this like the hourly, basically order flow, just like, I mean, I shorted literally right here. I shorted right there last week. Anyways, um, um, so the way that the hourly order flow is just respecting like beautifully. Yeah, it's a high resistance, but it's respecting everything. And on top of what it's doing is you have we just talked about this over here. Sorry about like all the delays and stuff. But we talked about this BPR, we talked about this BPR, and then on top of it, this is where Sunday the high of this week is so far. I forgot to show you these, but I had standard deviations marked out on this chart over here. As you can see right here, this is Sunday's high. We have standard deviation for this breaker right here, and then we have this hourly BPR. So then coming into Monday, this thing price should not go above this thing if we really are, the draw is actually lower. So boom, boom, SMT here. Now in my mind, this becomes another level for putting on a standard deviation target, which is I don't know why they're not showing up, but I guess you can see it's right here, which is the Tuesday's open, 1800 open on the end dog coming out. So like beautiful delivery like into here you could have went. Then we came back and like at the end of London, we ripped back up into this signature again, and then we like roll over. But on top of it, we have like standard deviations from this swing lining up 2.5. This is that Monday's low. This is the NLOG target, daily BISI, whatever. So from this to then this right here, and then funny enough, noticing again like if you want to use even other targets you could have had because you have this one, and then you have this one. You could have even used this, which gives you 4 down here as well, 2.5 there. You could have used like, I mean, basically anything in here. You understand the idea of what I'm saying. So on top of these like hourly, like beautiful order flow, it's also has standard deviation projections all lining up down here. Alrighty, and now let's go into the what actually occurred. So I was planning to at least watch the charts at the open, like I normally do. Equities open. But I went to the shop and then I sat down at the computer and I saw the price action and I was like, you know what? This reminds me of yesterday. Like there's decorrelation like crazy. My draw is lower in NQ, but it doesn't mean it has to happen today, just like it didn't happen yesterday. And where's equities open right here? So basically we have like NQ being the weakest asset, which is good for our shorts. But on top of it, we have like literally like YM literally doing completely opposite from like freaking 6 in the morning. Like look at this right here. YM freaking just slices and then rips past previous day's high and all this other stuff. What happens? That's from 6 o'clock on morning on NQ. That's literally the complete opposite, just like dump. And this is what time is this right here? 10:30. Like, what is going on? Okay, YM's known to do crazy stuff, but this is just like a little like too much. I'm like, what is going on? How can you possibly use SMTs when they're so decorrelated? And on top of it, you have 6 in the morning right here on ES. ES they gave this and it gave a big rip as well. So it's basically like, I mean, it's in the middle between YM and NQ, but it's still like this is just not even close to what this thing is doing. It still is doing the opposite, like rip, as this thing is dump. I'm just like, well, anyways. So I like, I sit down at the computer like I don't know 9:15, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to be enticed by some sort of garbage. So I go back into the shop. I look on my phone and see like 9:30 delivers this boom. boom, boom. I come back to the screen 10 o'clock because, you know, we have a break in the shop anyways. And I watch like kind of this like thing in here. And at this point, like this is where things get tricky because it's like, okay, my draw is down here at the very least. Here and here, as you know, this is the draw. But what happens at 9:30? 9:30 just like displaces lower, continues to displace lower, and then we get inside the macro. Now, we have obviously we have major levels of SMT up here. Now, I didn't know what to think. Literally, my draw's down here, but based on time of the day and what has happened, like shorts are in profit majorly. I mean, retail just literally got on board, didn't really get out at all. I mean, I guess you could say this spike up maybe got a lot of people out, so maybe that was where I was could have looked at things differently. But anyways, I didn't know what to do. I was like, we could just like rip from here, take out all this liquidity up here. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I can't do anything here. My draw is lower, but like, how do I get into this? I don't know. Now I decided to go on a call with Greg just because like I don't know. I was like, I didn't even want to like get enticed really. But when I came back slightly bit later, this is what I noticed I could have done. If you didn't want to get it on here because you weren't trusting, like it's showing you that it's not even like bodies are not even getting up into this thing, the first presented fair value gap. So that's a good sign, number one. Tries? No. Tries again? No. What you could have done from here is use order blocks out of the fair value gap that doesn't even get bodies traded into. And that's our high probability order block. So here's the first one. You don't really get a tag up into open until here, and the stop would be above here anyway. So you would have been okay if you did that. But if you wanted to try again, if you didn't want to like do all this, well, like here's another opportunity. High probability order block, stabbing up into the fair value gap that doesn't even get close to CE. And then here's the opening price. This was a nice one. The macro finishes, so we get pump, take out early shorts. Okay, continue. Then we pump up again, take out more early shorts. Now the macro's finished, so this could have been like your manipulation macro, even though we're still going retracement macro, I would say. We're going down. This you could view this as the retracement macro to take out like early shorts. And then okay, macro finishes, maybe we continue on downward now. Now based on the signature, high probability order block, you know, doesn't even get showing very bearishly. And then here's your opening price. Tag up into the opening price, which is also last Monday's first presented. So this it would literally be like this. Your stop loss would literally be like this. Come on. How come I can't do this? Stop. What? You get the point. Stop loss literally opening price here. Stops go above here. So it's not even 20 points. And then target one is here. This is the Monday equal low. Last Monday's equal lows. Are we going to show them on the chart? Wow, they really are far away, aren't they? But anyway, this price action right here, like that's just very ripe for the picking. Okay, so target one. So you got target one for 122 points. Now let me show us where target two would be right here, 192 points. So this is going to be about $244 with one contract, and then almost $400 with the second contract. So you're looking at about over $600 just on two micros. Now, man, and it wasn't, and this was all basically like the draw from like so long ago. But I didn't trust the conditions, and so I basically choose to like not engage, not like to sit out, not even want to get enticed in case we turn into a Monday. And now here's where like here's where like you start wondering like, like how could I like is this okay to do? And I think yes, it is very okay to do because we're in that last week of August. We're showing super decorrelated assets, super decorrelation. We're showing what happened yesterday, and there's no news drivers that would today compared that would make today's price action seem like it could do anything different. Now we did have, oh yeah, on top of all this, I forgot to tell you, on top of all this, look, this is the whole point. On top of all this, look what we're doing. The draw was Monday's low. Look at the draw. The draw's right here. This is our daily. Why is it not showing up? Like, where did I mark this out on? I guess it's here. All right, here we go. So look, we had a draw here and a draw here, and then you turn this on, we got this end log. Okay, so these are our draws, but what that means is that we literally have to run through this bullish order block on a daily bullish order block. That was one other thing that I was like, I don't know, is that really like, how do you like just cut through that and trust it? Follow lower time frame order flow, yeah, but like, so you're getting versus like lower time frame order flow against like a higher time repeat array, like obviously it happened. Now you could say like you could say like this was the Peter we should be using, this daily inversion, which would clearly close below, using it, balancing it out. And so therefore, if these are your draws, then yes, it should get ripped through. Obviously, based off of this higher time frame, this daily Peter array is going to trump this, daily Peter array in a sense. And the fact that I didn't even notice, I didn't even really think about it until now, but the fact that look, body close, run up into it, close below again. This thing is completely balanced. This should literally hold nothing. And then when you dump down to the 4 hour, let's do the hourly actually. And then you dump down to the hourly and you just have all the signatures just beautifully respecting like premium arrays. Giving lots of retracements, high resistance, yes, but still, like wherever it should respect it, it is not literally going above. Look, the 4 hour. Not even body's getting up into it. Tick, tick, like beautiful. Come back down. Hourly. Like look at this. Look at this. Wick, SMT. Body's closing in the lower like quadrant. Like beautiful. And the final stab. What is this? Like post London. Coming back up into that signature that we had. 15-minute. You can see it even nicer. Right here, the opening of Asia. Breaker. The end dog. One last stab up into it before then equities rolls us over. So I'm glad I went over this because this daily order block really had me like kind of question the whole thing. But I failed. I knew that we had closed below this, but I didn't look at it in the context of like it's been balanced and redelivered. Now this thing should really just trump this. So that's really good to notice. Okay, anyways, so from here, I don't know. From here, we just wait and see what the rest of the week wants to do. Like, where are we with the Nasdaq? Like, is this just gonna be like we have S&T at previous week's low, obviously, and we have this like weekly like order block. So I mean, the idea is that this could be low of the week. Fine, it's fine. Like that was the initial idea. We run up into here S&T, and now we can like keep on pushing. We'll just have to see what happens. All in all, I'm still gonna like hold my cards close to my vest during these last 2 weeks of August. I don't want to do anything. I really don't want to do anything that is just like rash and like stupid and just like really just I just like slit my throat for like literally no reason. I want to be a little bit more like calculated, dialed in, and like really just being reserved as opposed to like pushing the envelope. It's a good practice for me in general because I tend to like push the envelope a little bit more than I should, and I can definitely hurt myself in easier conditions than this. So I want to practice this like beneficial, like a opposite way to like engage and really just like if you're gonna be in front of the charts, okay, you have time. You don't have a house that's crazy. You're not rushing in from doing something else for a minute. No, you're here. You're scoping out everything. You're like seeing, and then you're reading order flow and you're watching it unfold. And from there, like that's how I want to be engaging if I'm gonna engage. So thank you for everything. You're doing really great, Jonathan. And thank you, Amma. Thank you, Lord. Like, thank you, please. Please, 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 thank you.